What happens if a storm or a weather incident occurs and you need medical help? You injured yourself in some way, or a family member has injured themselves, but the roads are closed. You are cut off and not able to get there or have somebody get to you. Some cases of emergency are so overwhelming that many EMS people are needed and there are only a few available. So I feel that it's really important for people to have a basic understanding of how their body works, what they can do until emergency help arises. If they don't arrive in a timely manner, you could bleed out, you could, the more time that is wasted in that interim, the more your body is damaged. So if you could do a few little things to support your body's health and helping it prepare to heal, then you are much better off. You're going to deal with that circumstance a lot less than if you let it go on or ignore it. So I feel that somebody in the family should be responsible to have some develop some skills to help other family members, and that they pass that training on to whoever they live with, so that you all know some basic techniques of how to help your body heal. Hi, I'm Mary Bourne, traditional naturopath. I love sharing natural remedies with people. That's what my channel is all about, gardening and healing. So this particular year, 2 years, whatever, has been strange. We have had the most interesting weather that people have experienced in ages. Amazing flood where desert is normally the key. Snowstorms, 12, 16 inches of snow, and you're pretty bound until either somebody comes and rescues you or you find a way to remove the snow yourself. And in some cases, the elderly, that's not a good situation. So sometimes injury or trauma can be just with a few tools, some even hands-on treatment, you can support your body in healing. And these episodes that I'm going to be doing once a week on Fridays are all about what you can do to help you feel more confident about what you can do in emergency cases until you're waiting for professional help to arrive. So I am not a medical doctor. And because of that, this class will not be about disease or the naming of disease or conditions or diagnosing or working with any kind of medicine. This is not about any of that. So what is this about? This is about understanding how your body works and how you can help it heal faster. That's basically what we're talking about. Stuff happens. We get injured all the time in the house. We touch a hot pot. We burn ourselves in. I did it one time curling my hair. I burned my hand. I'm sure that you have had at least one incident of any of the subject matter that we're going to talk about. You've bled, you've bruised, you've cut, you know, those things happen. The longer you live, the more things happen to you. Now, you can try to have your home accident free, but that's part of life is healing from trauma and injury. So the first thing I want to say is your body is designed to heal. It's an amazing, amazing thing. The second thing is that sometimes we interrupt that ability to heal. Either we continue to do what is creating the injury, or we ignore it, or we take some medication, and then that medication gives us the signal that we don't have to worry about that or be careful about that, so we continue the healing process. So just doing some dumb things, we actually interrupt the body's healing process. So let's let me see here. There we go. Let's talk about some basics first of all. How is your house built? What is this body about? Is it really in the best condition it can be? I liken this to the story about the three little pigs. You can build your house of straw, you can build your house of twigs and that, kind of a little bit better structure than straw, or you can build your house of bricks and withhold winds and critters. And how is your house built? Do you eat nutritionally dense food? What do I mean by that? I mean things like bone broth, vegetables, healthy meat and fish, good fats, a variety of things that are nutritionally dense is important for building good structure. And that's what a home is like. You have bones, you have tissue, skin, all of these things to help protect and make your body strong. So we're going to talk a little bit about that as we go through. The other thing is do you drink water? Get plenty of sleep? Do you exercise? Do you do the things that are common sense to keep you healthy? Speaking of which. And what is your elimination like? You put it in, do you let it out? It's like breathing. Breathe in and breathe out. When you breathe out, you are actually exhaling toxins. And that's what the body is designed to do. It is designed to bring in the good and let out the bad. So if you're not having 1 to 2 bowel movements that are healthy, not strained easily, you're not on the toilet reading a book, you're there, you get your thing done, and you're on your way. And you don't have to put a fan on or use all kinds of. When you stink, it's because you're not doing the right thing by your body, okay? Same thing with body odor. Your skin is an eliminative organ, and if you're sweating out stinky stuff, it's because you're putting stinky stuff in. So perspiration should not smell. You need to perspire. It is really important to not obstruct the sweat glands and allow that to be part of it. So we've basically talked about 3 eliminative organs. We've talked about the respiratory. We've talked about the bowel and eliminating through the bowel. And we've talked about the skin. The fourth eliminative organ is urinary tract. And if you don't drink enough water, you are not going to help your urinary system do what it needs to do. Now, what is your mental attitude like? Who do you surround yourself with? What do you do for entertainment? Is it detrimental? You know, do you feel like you're in control of your circumstances? Now, you know what? We don't have control over anything, basically, except our thoughts. You know, stuff happens. And a lot of times we worry about it. Unnecessarily, we put stress on our own bodies through the books we read, the entertainment that we take in, the video games. We need to learn what is affecting our body and our mental attitude. And if it is doing it detrimentally, get rid of it. Now, the other thing is, do you feel alone with your situation? Maybe you need a better connection with God. Maybe you need to have better friends that support you, that don't bring you down. You know, there's some toxic relationships out there, and if that's part of your life, you basically need to get rid of that. And that can be tricky, and I understand, because maybe you're living with that toxic situation. So there's some decisions that you have to make. Maybe it's like better communication with that person, and bring some more joy into your life. Learn how to play again. So now the other thing I want to talk about is that cells produce energy. It's not the sugar, it's not the energy drink, it's your cells produce energy. And they do that through the mitochondria. This is a little potato-like structure. And we used to think that there was one mitochondria to each cell, but now we understand that there's lots of them. And they use this chemical process known as the Krebs cycle. Now, you can do further research. In fact, I really encourage you to do further research. Don't take this class as the be-all and end-all. I will give you links to further your education so that you're confident in being able to help yourself and others. Now, through the use of fats and carbohydrates and oxygen, your body creates this energy storage molecule called adenosine triphosphate, ATP for short. Now, this is a representation of all the different kinds of cells that your body has. You have nerve cells, and you have muscle cells, and you have blood cells, but every one of these cells have a mitochondria. And breathing is so important, because if you don't take in oxygen, you cut off the supply of energy to the body. Now, you probably have never heard that, how important it is to breathe, and to breathe deeply, not just up here, but down in below your rib cage, where you might think your stomach is. The diaphragm is the muscle that moves the lungs so that you can breathe. So some people need some help. They don't take in nutrient-dense foods. They don't do all of the things I said are necessary for good cell life for that cell to be able to produce energy. And so while you're building your diet to be better, to be more nutritionally dense, then you can take something called cellular energy. So this is a word from our sponsor, basically. And this blend has key vitamins. The B vitamins are so important in this, and they're washed out. It's through stress, you use up your B vitamins. So this helps to give you vitamins, minerals. You know, you need zinc, you need manganese, you need magnesium. You need things that help you bring oxygen to the blood, like CoQ10. You need liver support, like alpha lipoic acid, and other nutrients. And this product has been really helpful for when people are transitioning to a better diet. And basically, you just have to take one a day. The average adult who weighs 150 pounds can take one a day. If you weigh more than that, you might want to take two a day. If you are like 100 pounds or less, you might want to open the capsule, dump it out, put it in some applesauce, and take it that way. People who do intense sports have found this to be really beneficial to support their ability to push through and go ahead. You know, you have to break down muscle cells in order to build them up. Weird, right? But that's the way it works. So what to do in case of emergency? Well, you know, basic first aid is important, and this class is not taking the place of basic first aid. I have two links in the description below. One is from the Boy Scouts of America, which I have felt that the manual that they provide and the skills and tools that they show these boys and girls, basically, but we'll just talk about the Boy Scouts right now because that's the manual I know. I have two boys that were in both Cub Scouts and Boy Scouts. And I was so impressed with their ability to learn what to do in case of emergency. They were the ones that would come to the rescue of, you know, if somebody was hurt, they knew exactly what to do, you know, staunch the bleeding. It is an amazing thing, and it gives you such confidence. So you're not worried about when will the EMS get there. While you're waiting for them, you can be doing stuff. So you can download and read the Wilderness First Aid Curriculum and Doctrine Guidelines, and it's linked in the description below. Wilderness First Aid is the assessment and treatment given to ill or injured people in a remote environment where definitive care by a health professional and or the rapid transport are not readily available. So basically you're out in the wilderness. Now, if you're a hunter, you go out in the woods, you need to have some training. You know, you need to be able to have some self-care techniques before you start, you know, traversing down these hills and end up rolling and hurting yourself and don't know what to do. It's a really important thing to learn some techniques. If you're in the workplace, there should be somebody responsible for assisting somebody while you're waiting for emergency support to get there. And I've linked both of these in the description below. This class is about the next step. After the emergency things are taken care of, this class is about steps you can take on how you can assist your body in healing from injury or trauma. Some of the things we do are, emergency, are temporary. Healing is not temporary. We will go over scenarios and discuss the options you have during specific situations. So this class was an intro to what these episodes are all about. And I'm hoping that you found value in what you've heard so far and that it has excited you to learn about the different things that can be done and that maybe gather some stuff together to support and have on hand. People have aspirin in their medicine chest. I don't. I have other tools because if you take aspirin, you're pretty much ignoring what the problem is. You feel like you've created the solution already. That isn't the solution. Now, if you have a headache, maybe you want to take an aspirin. Well, why do you have the headache? You need to be assessing the situation. Maybe you slept wrong. Maybe you hit your head. Maybe you're worried about stuff. There are a lot of reasons why people have headaches. You could jump to the conclusion that you have a tumor. It's people do that. They get into this vortex of worry. Well, you don't want to do that. You want to feel, I can do this. Your body has the ability to heal. Now, sometimes you may need supplements. You may need something that's growing out in your yard. Maybe it's tea. If you don't know what to do, you're never going to do it. So what have we learned so far? Well, we've learned the body is designed to heal. That alone should give you the confidence, I can do this. Initiate the healing process. Your body has cell mechanisms that are geared for energy to assist this healing process. Get it in motion. Do what is necessary. Good nutrition, mindset, elimination. They all play a huge role in your body's ability to heal. So this class does not change or replace the knowledge about first aid or emergency personnel like doctors, nurses. No, but always there's a wait time, unless you live with a doctor or a nurse, or, there's a wait time. And what can you do during that wait time? So if this class has been beneficial and if you felt value in it, please hit the like button, comment. Let me create some classes around your needs and what you think is important to know. Now, the next class is all about bruises. Why do they happen? How do you avoid them? Wouldn't you like to know how to erase a bruise? Well, I hope that you join us next week when we talk about bruises and what to do in that situation. And until next time, this is Dr. Mary for the health of it.